Here we have a standard 26 kilowatt wall-hung combination boiler. For the purpose of showing the benefits of CombiSave, we'll carry out a before and after test. Before starting the installation, make sure the boiler has had the preheat setting turned off and is cold without the central heating being on. Place a bucket or a container under the hot tap and turn on, starting the stopwatch at the same time. We then let the water flow until it runs to 42 degrees. At this moment, the boiler is trying to heat up itself, which in turn will heat up its own water, which in turn will heat the cold water passing through. It's like trying to heat a pan of water while it's continually filling with a hose pipe and overflowing. No wonder it takes around a minute for a boiler to actually get hot. As you can see, the actual temperature at first is dropping. This is due to the residual heat inside the boiler from the last time the boiler was used. As you can see, it has taken 67 seconds for the boiler to reach 42 degrees. This, over this period of time, has actually wasted around 10 litres of water because the boiler's output is around about 10 litres per minute. As you can see, this boiler's got a condensate trap. We will remove this to give ourselves more room to fit the CombiSave. Once the CombiSave is fitted, there's going to be plenty of room for both items. Isolate the boiler from the mains electricity supply and make sure the boiler is off. Now you can actually turn the cold water feed off into the boiler. There's usually a small control knob or a screw slot on the cold feed just going in, so it's easy to do. Here you can just see there's actually a small handle which we can just turn. Now open up a hot tap, preferably the lowest one in the house, and that will drain off any water in the system. I'd also leave it open as well, because when you actually cut into the pipe, that lets the air in and lets the rest of the water drain out. With this boiler, we have to remove the condensate trap. This is easily done by hand, carefully taking it out without spilling any water. The CombiSave comes with all the necessary fittings that you need for the job. In addition, there is a handy template included with the instructions to assist in finding the best position. The angled elbows are designed so that the CombiSave can fit into almost any location and in any orientation, from a straight run right through to a 180-degree bend. It also means that the pipes do not need to be prized apart. Remember when fitting that you will need to make sure that you can gain access to both the bypass screw and the temperature adjust screw. Identify a suitable position on the 15mm outlet pipe for the CombiSave, but remember that this device must be fitted within 750mm of the boiler outlet. Using a pipe cutter, remove the appropriate pipe section and ensure that there are no burrs or sharp edges. The direction of the water flow is indicated on the outside of the CombiSave body. Also, it is worth noting that the elbow for the inlet to the CombiSave has a gauze filter, designed to reduce debris entering the CombiSave. Fit the elbows first, and then just nip up the joints to actually hold them in place. With the CombiSave body, just check that the bypass screw is fully shut. You need to turn this clockwise to actually make sure it's closed until it stops. Place the CombiSave into its finished position, making it easy for you to actually access the adjustable screws. Finally, tighten up the nuts, taking care not to over tighten. Okay, now we've got the CombiSave fitted. We're going to turn the water on in a minute and we're going to check these two joints. The two joints after the CombiSave will not have any water pressure in them because the bypass screw will be shut and the valve will be closed because the water is cold. Right, turn the water back on, check the joints, make sure there's no leaks. Then we will turn the power supply back onto the boiler. With most boilers, as you turn the power supply back on, you have to make sure that the preheat doesn't automatically come back on again. In this case, on this boiler, we're checking here now and we'll see that the boiler does not have the preheat still on. Make sure that the arrows show the flow of the water passing through the CombiSave in the right direction. Also ensure that the bypass flow screw is easily accessible with the small adjusting tool that comes in the CombiSave box. With the hot water tap turned on, no water should come out. Turn on a cold water tap halfway to imitate a low pressure period in the house. This is to imitate a washing machine or a shower or a toilet flushing, just to induce a low pressure into the system. Now slowly open up the bypass screw until the boiler fires. Add an additional quarter to half a turn to the bypass screw and the CombiSave is now set. Quickly turn off both taps. The flow rate is now set to the minimum level to fire up the boiler. Cool the boiler down again by running the hot tap with the boiler turned off. You will see it is cool as the CombiSave will slow the flow rate down. Now, turn the tap off. Remember, turn the preheat off immediately you switch the power back on, then repeat the test carried out earlier. Okay, let's carry out the test again, and as you will see, the flow of the water is controlled by the CombiSave. This now is increasing the temperature a lot quicker inside the boiler. Once the water leaving the boiler reaches 42 degrees, you will see the flow rate at the tap start to increase. A few seconds afterwards, you will see the temperature quickly increase as well, way past the 42 degree mark. The temperature rises much quicker than in the previous test. The flow rate increases to full flow as the temperature reaches 42 degrees and beyond. As you can see, the water savings are considerable and it is so much quicker. With the CombiSave, you can fine-tune the opening temperature. Beneath the sticker, there is a grub screw which enables you to raise or lower the opening temperature by plus or minus 5 degrees Celsius. To raise the temperature, turn the screw anti-clockwise. To lower the opening temperature, turn the screw clockwise. Fine adjustment of the temperature is essential as the CombiSave must start to open at least 10 degrees lower than what the boiler hot water is set to. The CombiSave is factory set to open at around 43 degrees, so therefore the boiler hot water setting needs to be in excess of 53 degrees. If, say, the boiler is situated in the garage or the attic and therefore has a long run through a cold area, then it may be beneficial to up the opening temperature to compensate for the loss of heat over the distance. Remember that if you do higher the opening temperature, then the valve will take a few seconds longer to open as it waits for the boiler to warm up further. If the hot water flow fluctuates, then you will need to increase the temperature differential by either lowering the opening temperature of the CombiSave or increasing the hot water setting on the boiler. Thank you for watching the video on how to fit a CombiSave. As you can see, there are some great savings to be made once the CombiSave is fitted. Of course, if you've had preheat on and you're now running without preheat, you've got the savings of that preheat, which may well in excess of £100 a year in gas. The water savings, as you can see, are around about 6 to 8 litres of water every time you turn a hot tap on. The government statistics are around about 30,000 litres of water saved per household per year with a CombiSave. Now, in 2018, all the water authorities in the UK are hoping that everybody is going to have a water meter at this time as they are starting to push them through. So now is the time to actually fit a CombiSave. and start saving gas, start saving water, and start saving time. Thank you.